Hello, my name is Phoebe, and I'm an undergraduate student working here with ASU Mindfulness. And I just wanted to come onto our YouTube channel to give a quick summary of what we talked about in week 4 of our sessions this semester. And so, what we talked about this week was about how mindfulness can not only help us expand what we're aware of, but also what we can hold in our awareness. And to help us even further understand emotion regulation, we talked about the window of tolerance, which is a concept created by Dan Siegel. And so, what it means to be in your window of tolerance, life feels manageable and we feel at ease. And this is also when we feel the most connected to others. And we're really in a state of integration. When we're outside our window of tolerance, when you're below the window, we are in a state called hypoarousal, and you might feel kind of low energy, disconnected, maybe in rigidity. And then being above the window of tolerance, you're in a state called hyperarousal, and you might feel stressed, anxious, overwhelmed, or like life is in a state of chaos. And different things at different times can impact how wide our window of tolerance is at any time. And then there's connections to be made here to polyvagal theory, which helps us understand our embodied brains. And one of the other takeaways from this week was learning about how mindfulness can help us bring our attention and awareness to our feeling states more deeply. And we can learn to almost expand our container of what we can hold in our awareness through something called titration. And that looks like being with your emotion a little bit and then bringing attention to something easier to focus on, like a neutral part of your body, such as your feet or your hands. And so we can practice some acceptance of our emotions, and we can purposefully do things to change our emotional states and to soothe ourselves. And over time, we can learn to be with what might feel challenging or intense more and more. And so, over time, through continued practice, mindfulness is going to help to support emotion regulation and increase positive emotions. And it's going to happen through changes and structures to the brain that occur when you're doing mindfulness practices. And our last takeaway from this session was about how we as humans are naturally kind and compassionate, and we always have this ability within us to apply that kindness and compassion to ourselves. And so, a really good practice, if you would like to bring awareness to intense emotions and also bring acceptance and compassion, is a meditation called the RAIN practice. And if you're looking for any further resources for learning a bit more about the topics we've been discussing, please feel free to visit our LinkTree, and that's going to have multiple resources listed and attached to it below. It's going to have articles, books, so you can learn a little bit more in depth about what we're teaching in our programs this semester, in our weekly sessions. And if you'd like to follow along with our practices, they're going to be uploaded to our YouTube channel, where Natalie records the practices so you can follow along with. And if you have any questions or want more details about our in-person sessions, please feel free to visit our Instagram, and that's going to have more details and information on when we're meeting and where we meet.